the Jungle Academy!
Woohoo! Hi, I'm Hannah, and this is my very good friend and sidekick, Obadiah.
I beg your pardon, Andy.
Yeah?
I think you will find that you are my sidekick.
Okay.
I mean, just look, where am I and where are you? You're at my side and slightly lower down.
Okay. Okay, so this is my very good friend, Obadiah.
The ostrich.
The ostrich. Anything else you want to say?
No. You go right ahead, Hannah.
So you're not going to interrupt me again?
You go right ahead, Hannah. I wouldn't dream of interrupting you.
Okay. Anyway, we are going to be...
Don't forget to tell them that we're in the jungle.
We are in the jungle den, and we are going to be your main hosts for this week. Although we have a host of other people that are going to be helping. So today is the first day of Jungle Academy. Woohoo! And we have some great stuff coming up this morning. We have science.
Oh, I do like a bit of science.
We have cookery with Crazy Keith.
Oh, I do like a bit of cookery.
We have lots of craft.
Oh, I love a bit of craft.
And we have our teaching this morning from Chris.
Oh, I quite like Chris.
I'm glad. We also have the start of an epic challenge that is going to carry on throughout the whole week. Do you want to tell them about the epic challenge, or do you want me to?
Well, I think you should tell them about the epic challenge, honey.
It was the challenge between Hannah.
Oh,
me.
Don't forget to tell them who it's between, honey.
It was a challenge between myself and Chris, and it was a challenge of the messy games.
Oh, yes.
It was epic.
And very, very messy.
Are you telling this or am I?
I'm just reminding you that it was not only epic, but also messy. That's why it's called Messy Games, not epic games that happen to be messy. It's actually called Messy Games, honey.
Yeah, it was messy. And it was great fun. And I hope you really, really, really enjoy it. Anyway, should we start today with our story?
Oh, yes.
The story today is all about listening, because that is our word for the day, listening. And it's the story of Mary and Martha.
What a day!
Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. Well, first I got up, then I had some breakfast, and then don't tell me about it. But you said,
Lads, we're all tired. I think we need to sit down and have something to eat and drink. Don't you? Yes, that's exactly what we need.
you must be even more tired than us, Jesus. You've been talking to people and answering questions all day.
Let's stop at Martha's house. She'll make us something to eat.
This is Martha. She's always working hard. Cleaning the house. Cooking. I expect you know someone who's always working.
Mary! Door!
Mary is Martha's sister. They look quite a lot like each other.
Mary!
They look like each other, but they're very different. Martha's always tidying up or baking or doing the laundry. Mary's usually, well, I don't know what she does really. She's got her head in the clouds, that one.
Mary! Oh, I'll just get it myself. Come in, all of you. Make yourselves at home. Have you eaten?
No, we were hoping you could...
Oh, of course. Come in. Sit down. Mary! Look who's here!
Tell Mary that story you told today about the foreigner.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to hear it.
Well, it's about a man who goes on a long journey. Hold on. First you've got to tell her why you told the story. That guy, remember? Sure. Okay. You see, a man turned up to see me today. A lawyer. Important man. His job is to know the law and to teach people about it. All the ins and outs. What's allowed, what isn't allowed. All that. He wanted to catch Jesus out. That's what we reckon, wasn't it, Simon? Yeah. If he could get Jesus to say that something's allowed when the law says it isn't allowed, he could get Jesus in a lot of trouble. He could get us all in a lot of trouble. So he says, hang on, who's telling this story? This isn't a story, this is just the story of the story. Just let Jesus tell it, eh? He asked me what the law says about how we should live. He's talking about the laws that the Jewish people followed at the time of Jesus. They were written down thousands of years ago. They're in the first part of the Bible that we call the Old Testament. Oi, watch out! Of course, he already knew the answer. The law says we must love our neighbour.
You mean like the people next door?
That's what I thought, but it's not. Just listen. That's what he asked me, this expert on the law. He said, who is my neighbour?
Well, what did you say?
Well, there was a man who went on a long journey. He was travelling from Jerusalem to Jericho. As he walked along the road, he was attacked and robbed. The robbers took all his money and the food and water he was carrying for the journey. They beat him badly. They left him lying in the dirt, not moving. They didn't care if he was alive or dead. The man lay there in the hot sun, bleeding, but no one stopped to help him. Until a foreigner, an immigrant from far away who spoke a different language, came along the road. He had not been made to feel welcome in that country. People told him he should go back to where he came from. But he was the only one who stopped and helped the man who had been robbed and beaten up. So, who acted like a neighbour to the man who had been robbed?
The foreigner, of course. He wasn't a neighbour like a next door neighbour. He came from far away, but he acted like a neighbour because he looked after someone who was in trouble.
That's what the lawyer said. You should be a lawyer, Mary.
Ha! I'd like to see her doing anything that involves hard work. Anyway, food's ready.
Martha's not very happy, is she? I think it's because Mary just sat and listened to that story while she was out here getting food and drinks. What's the matter, Martha?
Why didn't you tell my sister to help me? You could see I was out here on my own.
I really appreciate you cooking for us, Martha. I came out to say thank you. But I really appreciated Mary listening to me too. She wants to learn and understand. That's important. Maybe next time you could sit and listen too. No one would mind waiting a bit longer for their food.
There's lots to think about in this story, isn't there? Are you like Martha or like Mary? I think the world needs Marthas and Marys, don't you? And ostriches, of course. Ostriches are very important.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that story.
I enjoyed it very much.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah. So, now we're going to have our jungle song. Now, this song was especially written for this year's holiday club, which means it's original, no one else will have ever sung it, and it's especially for us. And it is our jungle song. We really hope you enjoy the video. You might recognise some of the characters, like Tommy, in it. Here we go.
Into the jungle we will go. We go with care and take it slow. We creep through grasses thick and high. The sun is blazing in the sky. The birds are flying along the breeze. The monkeys swinging from the trees. The snakes that slither on the ground. Oh, there is danger all around. We're Jungle Academy. We love Jungle Academy. Adventure fun against the strain. We love to sing and make and play. I know that God loves me, and He will always be here with me day by day. Whatever comes my way, if I listen, I hear God's love is always very near. If I'll follow the He will show that path ahead that I must go. It will be brave and always strong. Because outside know I belong. He'll always keep me very near. In mountain hill I never fear. We're Jungle Academy. We love Jungle Academy. Adventure fun against the stream. We love to sing and make and play. I know that God loves me, and He will always be here with me day by day. Whatever comes my way, God's love is great.
Right. Now, I'm sure everyone's had enough of my face talking. And Obadiah. Don't you reckon?
What, do I reckon they've had enough of you? I
And,
can't. What?
and you.
Well, no, I don't think anyone could possibly have enough of you and me, seeing as how we're so talented and beautiful.
Well, there is that. Thank you.
I mean, obviously, one of us is talented, and one of us is beautiful, and you know, you keep me company. So,
Anyway, shall we see what Chris had to say about today's message?
oh
you,
yes.
you and I need to have a bit of a chat about what's going to carry on with this week.
Oh, all right. Well, why don't we do that while Chris is doing his teaching?
No, because I want to listen to Chris and then we'll have a chat.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll have a chat after.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Let's carry on and have a listen to Chris and see what he has to tell us about today's story. Thanks, Chris.
Well, hi everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the jungle today. Today we're thinking about listening. Did you hear that? Sounded like a lion. I need to be on the lookout. Whoa! What was that? That sounded like thunder. I need to get my rain jacket on quick. It sounds like there's a storm coming. Sorry about that. That's just me singing in the shower.
That's scarier than a lion!
Well, you know, here in the jungle, there are loads of noises and sounds for us to listen to. And it's really important to take the time to listen. Because when we listen, we know what animals are close by. It sounds like something's over here. It's when we listen that we know what dangers are around us. When we listen to our friends and to our jungle guide, we know which way we need to go. Our story today was a story all about listening. If you remember, it's the story of Jesus when he came to visit Mary and Martha, and Martha was way too busy to listen. She was busy in the kitchen, busy with pots and pans and plates and pizza. Not really pizzas. Way too busy to listen to Jesus. But Mary sat at the feet of Jesus and listened to all the amazing things that he had to say. And Jesus said that Mary's choice to not be busy and instead to sit at his feet and listen was a really, really good choice, because Jesus had some really, really good things that he wanted to say. And you know, Jesus still wants us to listen to him. As we read our Bibles, it's a bit like listening to him, listening to the things he wants to say to us. As we read and we listen, we learn more about God. We hear about how we can be kind and loving to other people. We hear how special and important we are to God. And maybe we can pray too, God, please help me to hear in my heart the things that you want to say to me today. And there might be all sorts of different things that God would want to say to us, but I'm pretty certain that each and every day he would want to say this to us. He would want to say, I love you, and I care about you, and I am always with you. Even if things are difficult, even if things are tough, I'm with you, and I love you. Listening is our special word for us today. What is it that God would want to say to us? Let's pray. Dear God, we thank you that you have so many amazing things to say to us. Help us to take time each day to listen to you. Amen.
Thank you so much for that, Chris. Now, I'm not going to lie. Tommy and I do like Tommy. Tommy and I am pretty excited about the next bit. It is, and it has been, possibly my most favourite part of filming the whole Holiday Club. And it has been epic to do. So, the next section.
The next section is Messy Games! And we're going to go outside into the actual outside jungle outsideness with the trees and the wild animals. And we're going to have the first round of Messy Games.
Have you finished? Have you quite finished?
Well, I have, Hannah. I've finished.
Okay.
Well, except I'm not quite finished, because I want to say that there have been two very special young helpers as part of the Messy Games, so do look out for them and cheer along at home.
Oh yes, it's very important. Do you think we need to mention the names of the very special helpers?
Oh yes, the very special helpers were Clara and Izzy.
Yes, and they are both in J group. So, hi Clara and Izzy.
Hello.
Thank you so much for helping. I think you had a great time too. And let's watch round one.
of the epic Messi Games!
I'm very excited because two of my human assistants, Hannah and Chris, are going to play some very, very messy games with the chance to win this amazing trophy. Okay, competitors, are you ready for the baked bean challenge? Now remember, you have to pick out as many of the polo mints as you can with just your mouth. Your hands must be behind your backs. And don't pick out too many baked beans or you'll be disqualified. Are you ready?
Yep.
Right, let's begin.
Okay, we will start in 3, 2, 1, go! That's one. I get my head in.
Can't breathe!
30 seconds. Probably getting out of shot. 15 seconds.
Oh no.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop!
Hey!
Oh, look at the beans!
1,
Look at the
2,
beans!
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Look at those beans. Do you want me to move them out, Robert?
Yes, please. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And look at the lack
winner.
of beans, guys.
Well done, Hannah. Beginner's luck. Beginner's luck.
You look like you've got a red nose.
I have. Literally.
Hannah and Chris, our next game is Chubby Orangutans. So,
I'm going to walk it.
each of you will place a marshmallow in your mouth and say the magic phrase, Chubby Orangutans. You will then have further marshmallows placed into your mouth until you can no longer say Chubby Orangutans. Please, children, do not try this at home. It is incredibly dangerous unless performed by trained chubby orangutan experts such as Hannah and Chris.
Right. Here we go then. Chubby orangutan.
Chubby orangutan. Easy.
We have two fair phrases said.
Oh, I'm calling out. Chubby orangutan.
Chubby orangutan.
Chubby orangutan.
Chubby orangutan.
Yes, we've got 3 each so far.
Chubby orangutan.
Chubby orangutan.
4 each.
Chubby orangutan.
Chubby orangutan.
Yes, we'll just pass that one. 5 all.
Chubby orangutan.
Do you want to have another go at that, Hannah?
Chubby orangutan.
Pass that one.
Chubby orangutan.
6 each. How many more can they do?
Only a few.
Well, no, Chris has to do one more or else it's a draw.
Oh,
If Chris does this,
Come on, Dad.
okay. There we go.
You have a little seaport. And it's round.
Stop chewing.
Chubby orangutan.
yay! Chris is the winner. 7-6.
Someone's got the bigger mouth.
So, at the end of day 1, we have Hannah on 1 point and Chris on 1 point.
Yeah!
All to play for as we move into day 2.
Sometimes life can get us down. Things that happen make us frown. Slip on a banana skin, trip and fall into a bin. Sometimes we just wonder why. Things that happen make us cry. We get ill or hurt ourselves, but we can always tell each other. We can always tell each other. God is bigger. God is stronger than anything that could ever go wrong. God is faithful. God is loving, working in us to make us like His Son. Sometimes people make us sad, wind us up and make us mad, call us names or pull our hair, laugh about our underwear. Sometimes we feel on our own, things that happen make us grow. Nothing seems to go our way, but